Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Write or Die Show. I am your host, Randi-lee. On today's episode, I am talking to Caramel Lucas, and she's so much fun. So much fun. All right, enjoy. Welcome, Caramel. Super excited to have you on the show.
Hello, I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. So the first question is an easy one. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a serial entrepreneur. I have my own podcast, and I am an author. I am a published poet. I do stand-up comedy, and I'm a motivate speaker, and I do modeling on the side and acting. I do acting on the side. So I do a lot of things. I just don't like sitting down. So so I just do so much. So I just love being creative, and I do creative writing. So I just love just doing all kinds of things. I don't like just sitting still.
I agree. I totally agree with that. My husband,
Yeah.
every few months, he's like, "Oh, so what's the next job gonna be?"
Exactly. Exactly. My family like, so what you gonna do next?
Yeah,
And I'm like,
exactly.
well, I don't even know what I'm gonna do next, but whatever comes out next, it just comes, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Um, so what's your podcast about? I'm being nosy.
Oh, girl, be nosy. So,
Oh,
so the
I am.
podcast is about it's called Keeping It Real with Caramel, as we say 100. And everybody always asks me, what do 100 mean? 100 means be real, be truthful, and just spill whatever you need to spill out, and make sure that you're telling the truth. And people always say keep it 100. So
Yeah.
as we say 100, just keep it 100, keep it real, keep it truthful. And but
Ah.
my podcast is about entrepreneurs that want to be heard, and it's basically about people that want to tell their story, how they got, where they came from, how they got here, and where they at now. And they want to share the things that they're doing, or things they want to talk about to help other people, impact and inspire other people. Because everybody has a story. Everybody has, nobody has got the fortune just like that. A lot of people have been through so many things in life that I think sometimes it's good to express what you've been through, so people can understand that it doesn't come easy. It comes very hard. And what you go through, you know, it's like you go through something and then you come out of the struggle, and this is what happens when you do. So that's basically what my podcast is about. It's just like
Love.
having them to speak to people and let them know and what you got going on now, and then let's just have fun and talk and joke and have a good time.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
That's what we do here. We keep it 100.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just tell the truth.
That's right. Now I'm gonna
Exactly.
go upstairs and say that to my kids. And my kid's 14, which means that I'm super old, and if I say something, it means that they can't. Teenagers can't use it anymore. So I'm gonna go up there and say it. Like, ugh, mom. I love annoying my kids. I mean, if I can't annoy them, what good is it?
Exactly. Exactly. I have a 15-year-old, so I
Oh,
understand exactly.
exactly. Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, let's kind of dive in wherever it is you think your story starts when it comes to mental health.
Well, for a long time, I was dealing with an emptiness in my life, right? And the reason why I grew up without a father, and I felt like I was missing a piece of me. And the piece was that I didn't have a man figure to guide me, to show me how a man's supposed to treat me. And as I was growing up, I was choosing the wrong men in my life, because they was more, you know, I felt like they was using, or they abused, or mentally mess with your mind, or something like that. I get emotional. I'm a very emotional person, and I have a big heart, so I felt broke down. And as I grew up, I had two strong women to show me how to be a woman, but mentally, I needed that father figure in my life, right? Never had it. And sometimes I look at men that I was dating to be my father figure, because I didn't know what a father figure really was, at this point.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I kind of realized like I was beating myself up like big time. I felt like that I couldn't be complete within myself, and I didn't step out my zone because I was like shy, and I was, you know, I was this person that I had to have a man in my life at this point because I didn't know what it really was.
Mhm.
And then as I got older, I realized like I don't need anyone in my life at this point. I can do it on my own, you know. And my mom always tell me that, baby, you got so many things going on for you. You have to focus on what you got to focus on. You can't worry about. I know your dad hasn't been in your life, but I'm here for you. I can be your dad and your mom at the same time. But at the same time, you know how you grow up. You want your dad to go to your dances with you, or you see the other kids with their father, and you're like, what why me? You know, why were I left out? You know what I'm saying? And you don't go to the dances because you don't have anybody to go with. And that was emotional for me, internally emotional.
Mhm.
And then as you grow, you meet people in your lives, and I have a special person in my life that's been in my life for 13 years, and I love it because he shows me different things of what a man's supposed to do and how they're supposed to treat a woman at this point. But recently, honestly, I thought that I'm about to get so emotional right now. Ooh. I
Good. Bring
thought
it.
that I was gonna be mad at my father, right? Recently, we just met 2 weeks ago.
Wait, serious?
We met 2 weeks ago, and I thought that I was going to be so, oh, I thought I was going to be so mad at him. And I thought that because I had so much hatred and so much emptiness in my heart, and I thought that I was going to be like, just like get so angry with him. And when I decided to go with my daughter and my family. I was like, let me just go and meet him and see how I feel. And when he walked through the door, I tell you, my whole emotions just hit the fan, and tears just bust from my eyes, and he started crying, and we hugged, and we didn't let go because at the end of the day, I wasn't mad. I was more complete than mad.
Aw. I feel like I need to hand you a tissue virtually.
Right. I was super complete because I was like I thought I was gonna be angry. I wasn't angry. I just held him and said that I'm so glad that I get a chance to meet you before anything else happened. I don't want to see him in a casket or anything like that. I want to see him in live form. And we met. We talk every day now.
Oh.
He tells me that he told me the reason why he disappeared for so long, and I understood it because him and my mom was very young when they had me,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And my mom was really young. I mean, she was teenager young,
Yeah.
and he was a little bit older, and he was scared, and so he went to boot camp, and he did what he had to do, and he'd been traveling because he's been singing. He's in the entertainment world, and he's been traveling
Oh,
singing and
that's
stuff.
where you get it from.
And yeah, exactly. And he told me and he explained it, but at this point, I feel like that my life right now is complete. Like I'm not missing a part of my puzzle. And that's the good part about it because I'm like, Dad, like, and everything now it makes me feel like I can say my mom and my dad. I'm like, I'm calling my mom and I'm calling my dad. And it
Yeah.
makes me feel good? So
Oh,
that's my
that's
mental
wonderful.
part of it because, I'm just so blessed that I got a chance just to meet him. I don't care how long it has been. I'm not angry. What happens is what happens, what we go through right now and in the future of what we can build. He missed a lot of things in my life, but that's okay because I can bring him up. I can tell him everything. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
That is so wonderful to hear. And it's kind of not funny, but the right word isn't coming to my mind, so I'm going to use the word funny. It's kind of funny
Right.
because you booked this interview like over 2 weeks ago, like probably a month and a half ago, really.
Right,
And
right, right.
I am so excited that you get to share with me that you got to meet your dad, because if you would have gotten into my calendar before that, then this message would be completely different.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so glad that you're the first person I told, honestly. You know, you're the first person I ever told about this whole situation that happened. You know, I posted pictures on Facebook of me and my father, but I didn't tell anybody my story. Basically, you're the first person that got the story of what happened and me going there and me meeting him and how emotional I was. And it was just like, I was like trying to be tough, but it just broke me down because only thing I could see was him walking towards me. And then I was like, I can't believe like this is my father. Like, and I look just like him. And I'm like, oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God, you are my father.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I look a lot like my dad too. Like my nose is exactly like my dad.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at the nose,
Yep.
the mouth, I was the cheekbones, and I'm like, I look just like you. Oh my God.
Yep. Yeah. I very much take after my dad's side. Not as much,
Yeah,
which I'm okay with.
yeah.
I have nice, thick, luscious hair. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. I am so happy that you got to. So, okay, how did you go about finding him?
What happened was my mom. I've been talking to my mom for a long time, and I'm like, Mom, I like I tell her all the time, and like, Mom, because me and my mom are super super close, and I'm like, Mom, I want just to meet my dad, and my mom was like, Babe, I'm gonna try to do everything I can to make you like meet your father, but I don't even know where he's at. You know, I don't even know. I don't even know where to start. You know, so she saw his nephew at a grocery store.
Oh,
And she said she hasn't seen him in so long, like she didn't even know that was him. But he called my mom and he was like, "Hey!" And she looked, and my mom was like, "Oh my gosh!" She's like, "That was heaven sent," because we just talked about like 3 months ago.
oh my
And so she
goodness.
was like, "You know what?" She said she asked my dad's name is Julius, and so she was like, "Do you know Julius' phone number?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I talk to him every day." And I'm like, "What?" And then so he gave my mom my dad's number. And I called, my mom gave me the number and she said, now it's up to you to call your dad.
Yeah.
I gave you the number. Now I'm leaving it up to you. Oh my God. I'm going to tell you how nervous I was. I was so nervous. I was shaking. I'm like, oh my God. Every number, I was like, oh my God. I called the number and I was like, he was like, hello. And I'm like, I didn't know what to say or how to say it. You know, I
Yeah.
didn't want to say, oh, yeah, I'm your daughter, you know, or so I was like, hey, is this Julius? And he was like, yeah. I was like, well, this is your daughter. And he was like, hello? I was like, this is your daughter. This is, because my mom's name is Suzanne. And I was like, this is Suzanne's daughter. And he was like, quiet. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I wanted to hang up because I thought he was going to be like hanging up on me.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, he started crying on the phone. And he was like, oh my God, baby. He was like, you just don't know what this means to me right now. And he could not say anything at all. And tears he was just on the phone bawling. And his wife was on the other end and she was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? So she got the phone. She's like, hello, hello. And I was like, hi. I was like, I'm Julie's oldest daughter. And she started crying. And I'm like,
Oh,
what? Crying. So she said that my father had been talking about me all the time and that he wanted to find me, but he didn't know where to start. And, you know, and we made that connection.
I am
And
getting goosebumps right now. I just want you to know that I am like
right,
all
we made that
goosebumpy.
we made that connection, and then we just start talking, and then within a year the corona happened and COVID happened, and then we couldn't go nowhere because I was supposed to meet him that year, but then the following year I was like, I can't wait no more, and I met, but unfortunately his wife died of COVID. And
Oh.
I think that he needed that extra boost in his. I think that extra person in his life, and I think I came in right in time. You know, and I before COVID, I used to talk to him and his wife all the time. And she was like, I can't wait to meet you.
So
Oh my
not
God, your dad talk
only,
about you all the time. Oh, I love you already. I sent some pictures and they loved the
oh
pictures. And they
my
said, you look
God.
just like your daddy. I'm like, oh God.
I
And then
wish
I
he
was
would
like,
have
I was
got to
trying.
meet you.
I know. And but I
But at
saw
least you
pictures
got
of
to
her.
talk to her. Because,
Exactly. And that's
like,
the good point about it
you,
because she knows.
yeah, you didn't just find your dad, but you found like this whole other family. Like, you found a stepmom and like a whole
Girl, do
other
you know,
thing.
like, let me tell you what happened. Like, once
Yes,
I met my father, I put it on Facebook, and everybody in his family started hitting me up. Everybody was like, I'm your cousin, 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 I'm your auntie, I'm your cousin. And I'm like,
oh,
oh my God. I'm like, what is going on?
a little
So, yeah,
overwhelming, perhaps.
hello. And that's the emotional state because I was like, oh my God. Like, I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I mean, so many people, I don't even know where to go, like which way to go. So she was like, that's
Yeah,
good. Now you got your dad's side of the family. Now you got our side of the family, you know?
that's amazing.
Yeah. I was like super excited. Like now it's just like, they had I went to North Carolina, and his niece invited me over to her house and they had a big party for me. It's like a celebration party of telling me that they're so happy that I'm part of their family. And they had a huge party for me. And I was like, oh my God. They welcome me in with no problem. Like they welcome me in, like they just like, we love you already. Even though we don't know you, we love you. And I'm like,
That's so amazing. It's so amazing that he never stopped loving you, right? Like it wasn't like, ew, I don't want this baby. Peace out.
exactly, because some parents can do that,
Yeah.
and I thought that he would reject me. And
Hmm.
that was my emotional state for myself because I was setting myself up like he's gonna like not want me as a daughter.
Yeah. Well, your
But
whole
he
life had
embraced
been that.
me. Huh?
Your whole life had been that feeling of abandonment. So to
Exactly.
actually
My whole life.
reach out and receive it in a way that you really weren't expecting. That's,
Exactly. And then my whole life I didn't trust men.
yeah.
And the reason why I didn't trust men is because I felt like I've been abandoned anyway.
Yeah.
So me trusting someone, it was hard for me to trust because I felt like you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna leave. You're not gonna be in my life. You're not gonna
Yeah.
be there. So I felt like because my father did it, everybody else is gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I always find fault in something because I was like trying to say like you're gonna walk out regardless. So I try to see what they're gonna do to walk out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Catch
So I
them
never had it like
first.
right, and like the relationship was like I was always looking for something that you're
Yeah.
gonna do because I never had that stable relationship,
Yeah.
and but as I grew and got older, I was like, okay, now it's time for me to like to live. And then when I
Yeah.
found him, I'm like, oh my God, okay,
That is
now this
so
is it.
cool. Oh, I'm so glad. It's such an important part of our life, like relationships, not necessarily just the father or the mother, but relationships, what we
Right,
are raised around. And I mean,
right,
your mom could have been the absolute best mom ever, but that is what you can aspire to be as a mom. But then when the dad is gone, then you're thinking, like you said, that everyone's gonna always leave. Moms are good, dads are bad. Like that's a very
right,
simplistic, child-minded way of looking at it. And
right,
even from my perspective, like okay, my dad didn't leave, but he wasn't a great dad. Um,
right.
he didn't know how to be a dad. I don't think he watches my show. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but hopefully, I don't know. Anyways, keeping it 100.
Right. That's right. That's right.
So from growing up, my mom, she was pretty awesome. I mean, nobody's perfect, but she was pretty awesome mom, doing the best she can, raising two kids on her
Right.
own. My dad, I'd go to his house my Nana's house is where he lived every other weekend. And it wasn't like spending time with him. I'd go there, I'd spend time with my cousins, I'd spend time with my uncles, spend time with my Nana and Papa. Wasn't spending time with him. So
Right.
I grew up in the mindset of this is how a father figure is, right? Just like your mindset was they all leave, mine was, well, none of them really pay attention. None of them really care.
Right.
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 So it plays a toll on you because that is what you see when you're younger. That's what you assume things are going to be like when you're older. So
Yes, exactly. And I totally agree because it's what you see as you grow. When you're a little girl and you grow up and only thing you see is your mom, you know, and she has to do the best she can, you know, and she's doing all she can for me. And she's trying to take that role as the male figure and
yeah.
also be the mom. But at the same time, I had an auntie, and I call her my second mom because she treat me like a daughter as well, and she stepped in with my mom. So
Yeah.
them two together raised me because they're twins, and they
Okay.
both raised me to be the woman that I am. But they didn't. They also was like, okay, we can't be the father, but we can give you what you're missing, a little bit of what you're missing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's
And
funny you say that. We're very similar, like different stories, but so similar because my mom's best friend, they weren't biologically related, but she's my
right,
godmother. And she's still around. They've been friends since, before I was born, since they
right.
were friends since high school. And so my Aunt Tracy, she always says that my mom was just the luggage. She's my real mom.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? And it's so funny because when I'm around them, I'd be like, "Mom, mom, mom, mom,
Right?
mom."
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. I always say that's my other mother. This is my mom. This is my other mother.
Right. I'd be like, "This is my mom. This is my second mom. Hey, they are both my mom. Okay, call it a day."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, that's so funny. Most people don't get that.
Right. But I totally get it.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, so they're lesbians. I'm like, no,
No,
they're
they're
just
no.
no, they're just both raised me. Like that's it's as simple as
Exactly, and that's
that.
what I say. I was like, no. I usually say they both raised me. They're twins, so they both got a hand to, you know. I mean,
Yeah. It
hello.
just is. That is what it is.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. So what can't believe we've already been talking for like 20 minutes. I love your story. Oh, and by the way, I love your nail polish. Show it off. Mine is needs to be redone. Love that. So for everyone who's listening who cannot see it, Caramel's got like some nice green, orange, yellow colors going on. Oh, is that like a pinky on? Ah, it's like red on the pinky. Pink on the pinky. I love it. I should hide mine. They don't look nearly as good as yours. They need love right now.
Oh, I
um,
might be love too, girl.
yeah. I'm not gonna put them any closer to the camera. So what have you written? And where can people find it?
Well, I'm reading a book called In Love with the Other Man, and you can find it on my website, www.caramellucas.net. And I also do creative writing, which you can find that on Substack under Keeping It Real with Caramel, and that's on my website as well. You can find that on my website. You can find anything on my website about me, my comedy.
Oh,
You can see
I
the
was gonna
movie.
ask you
I did a
that.
movie. I have a movie of the book on my website.
Oh, really? Oh, see, that's like my
Yeah.
dream. When I was little, I was gonna be a famous actor, and then I had a baby. What? So now I just host my own YouTube show. Maybe one day I'll still go and act and do something.
Oh yeah, girl, it's funny. I decided like I tell you, I don't never sit down. I don't sit down. I just like doing stuff, right? So I decided to make the book into a movie. So I directed it. Written it. I produced
I
it.
love it. When I was younger, like a teenager and stuff, I would write plays and I would direct that. Like at my church, I would write the play, I would direct it, I would act in
Yes,
it. Yes, 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 yes. I
yes.
loved
I
all
love doing
that stuff.
that. I love doing that stuff. I like writing. I love directing. I love just like making up characters and doing all
Yes.
kinds of stuff. That
Oh,
is so fun to me.
yeah, I
Yes.
know. See, we are so much alike.
I,
Love it. Ugh. um, that is so cool. What is the book and I guess the movie about?
well, the book is about four females that are best friends, and they all have their own separate lives. And each character I wrote about their own lives. For example, like Liz, she's married. I think everybody can relate to it. So Liz is married with three kids with a husband, and the husband, she's a housewife. Her husband goes out all the time, not spending time with his son. His son gets upset and wants to be the man of the house now, and his father is out cheating somewhere with other women. And Liz gets to a point that she gets upset and she wants a new life. And yeah, you got to figure out the new life. But and then Frank, everybody hates Frank because he's such a cheater. He's mean. He's rude. He's obnoxious,
Okay,
and he doesn't care, right?
I'm laughing just
So I think a
because.
lot of people relate to that.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
know,
laughing because the name Frank is one of my friends, somebody I know who's also not a very good person.
right? I think the word Frank is like that word Frank, and we have Keisha. Keisha is an independent woman.
I
She's a
love
boss
that
lady.
name.
She's a boss lady. She was in a relationship for 2 years. She was mentally abused, like, mentally. And so she decided to be on her own. And she doesn't want a relationship. She just want to make her money and do her thing. But she sees this guy, and you know what happens from there, right? And then we have Tanya. Tanya is young. She's the youngest of the group. She has a daughter that's 5 years old. She still lives with her mother. Her mother takes care of her daughter, and her mother's getting older. And Tanya loves to party. She does anything and everything that she possibly can do. She does it with anybody and everybody.
Oh.
Tanya, right? And she's not a very loyal friend, and it's one of the girls that she decides to betray. And we also have Denise, and Denise is a wife with this wonderful man named Eric. He loves her to the moon and back, and they love each other very much. Denise is trying to get pregnant, but she couldn't get pregnant. But at the end of the day, he's always there for her and say, make her feel like she's the most special person in the world. She loves him so much that their relationship, she's like the mother of the group. She keeps everybody in line, and really, 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 really good person. And so, yeah. And then the movie, I based the movie off of Liz because I
Okay.
wanted people to be more into Liz's life, to see what Liz's life is all about, how Frank treated her, how the kids feel, and all that stuff. But I also got a little extra characters in there. I had a character called Craig and Felicia. You'll see a little bit of them, and then you'll see a little bit of Sasha and her and what's going on with her and her man, right? And it's really, really good. It's like a Lifetime kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of sexual things in there, but I didn't get too sexual. But
Good, good.
18 and up. But it's
Yeah.
erotic, you know, and it shows that Liz decided that her life has to be complete, and she can't keep living for Frank. She has to live for her kids.
And that is a great message for everybody.
Hmm.
That is so cool. All right, so everybody,
Yes.
hit up Caramel's website. Check it out.
Yes. Again, it's Caramel, Caramel, Lucas, Lucas.net. And make sure you look it up. Make sure if you
Yeah,
need somebody to book me, book me. No.
I agree. And where can people, other than your website, where can people follow you?
They can find me on Instagram. It's Miss MS Caramel Lucas. They can find me on Facebook. It's Caramel Lucas. LinkedIn is Caramel Lucas. You can also follow me on Twitter. It's Miss MS Caramel. No, hold on. MS __ Caramel. And and you can find me. Everything else is on my website. You just can click on it and you'll find me on my website. And if you need some information, wanting to book me to speak or stand up comedy or write something or do something, I'm always there to do it.
Excellent. Now, all of those links will be down in the description below so that everyone can very easily find you and book you. I mean, follow you. Actually, I mean both. So I wanted to ask, what kind of jokes do you tell?
Well, okay, hold on. The jokes that I have is, I could do clean, right?
Okay,
But
yeah.
I'm more like a adult type of comedy kind of
Okay,
person.
okay.
And also, just to let your audience know, if you're in the local area of Florida, anywhere, we have open mic. I'm a host of an open mic at a pizza restaurant,
Oh,
and we do it
cool.
the third of every month. And so, if you want to come out and show your talent, we do poetry, we do musicians, we do comedy, and you can come out and have a good time. The vibe is very good. The food is delicious. So definitely go on my website and look at that, and you'll see what days that we're gonna um, do the open mic. But like I said, my jokes are basically adult comedy. I can do clean, depends on where I'm at, you
Yeah.
know. And so I joke about everything. So don't do anything around me because I'm gonna joke about it. So I
Uh-oh.
mean,
I'm really easy to tease and make fun of.
but
That's
I love
okay.
laughing. I mean, like I just love living life. You cannot let anything stress you, right? So you just, like you said, on the sign that you have on your back wall, it says you are loved. We need to be loved and appreciated and just have fun with life and stop
Yes,
worrying about the little things that we can't control, you know?
exactly. Oh, I love that. And on that note, because that is such great advice, we are going to say goodbye. I know. We'll talk again. So much fun. Oh, I had such a great time talking to her. Then we just kept talking afterwards. So there will be some behind the scenes footage on our Patreon page. So if you are part of that, head on over there. If you're not part of that, head on over there and become part of that. Hit up her links in the description down below. Check out what she's up to. She's up to so many different things. So check her out. Again, if you're in that Florida area, be sure to stop on by that pizzeria, get some yummy food, and listen to all the really cool things happening there. As well, of course, we do have our merch store. 10% of the proceeds does go back to the Canadian Mental Health Association. And remember, the only way to end the stigma of mental health is to speak openly and honestly. Bye.